Hey, what's up, Nitro gang? This is Victor from South Florida. We're making Nitro great again, okay? And don't forget, I'm gonna add to that. God, guns, and guts keep America free, okay? So now I'm gonna show you what I just picked up about 30 minutes ago. I'm excited about it, okay?
Boss of the street, lord of the driveway, king of the cul-de-sac. No matter what the title, you'll be top dog in your neighborhood when you take on all comers with the RTX 27 Nitro racing truck.
Nitro World Order.
Nitro World Order.
I just picked this up 30 minutes ago. It's a Duratrax, beautiful car, okay? My understanding that the engine is not original. 2 transmitters, okay? Picked it up for a great deal. I want to show you the car a little bit. I haven't even taken off the cover yet. Like I said, picked it up 30 minutes ago. Give you a quick view. All full of dust. It was put away in the garage for years. The gentleman that sold it to me was about 55 years old, and he said it belonged to his nephew. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at the shocks, look amazing. With all that said, what makes this car special is that I'm gifting it to the Nitro gang / the Nitro King himself, Dimitri. He deserves it. He works hard for all of us, and I want to encourage all of y'all to keep supporting the Nitro gang. Whether it's 50 cents or $50, keeps Nitro alive and makes Nitro great again, okay? I'm gonna ship it to him. Like I said, I've only had it for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna get it in the mail and I'm gonna ship it out to him. And stay tuned because he'll be making a video on the unboxing. I went ahead and packed it myself. Got a box at Home Depot, some bubble wrap. It's getting ready to be shipped out. So I'm gonna send it through the regular post office.
It's been a long time since I got the RTX 27 in the mail. And I've had to do a lot of things to make this particular truck great again. And for today's occasion, I am dressed like I am stuck in the mid-2000s. We got the terrible middle faux hawk hairstyle going on. We got ourselves a vest. People wore this. They wore this, they listened to NSYNC. They discussed whether the Backstreet Boys were better. But you know what I was doing in the mid-2000s, guys? I was making Nitros great again. Let me go over exactly what it took to make this great. The first and most important thing I had to do, you want to take a guess what it was? Of course it is to check whether the engine is totally garbage or not. Now this motor, I don't know what brand it is in fact. It appears to be a cheapo, maybe an Amazon, maybe a Banggood, maybe an AliExpress motor, but it is a .21 size big block. Take a look at these pictures. I totally rehabbed the motor, opened up the back plate, removed the cooling head, cleaned the carburetor. On the inside there was only a small amount of rust on the crankshaft. No big deal. The seal, well, it's a paper seal around the back plate. That is a little bit weird because it is rare that you see paper seals on the back plates of big block motors. Even Traxxas doesn't use a paper seal. So there you go. This is just another upside of a Traxxas product. They have seals that don't try to kill your motor when you try to repair them. I put it back together and now you're looking at the motor in the truck. In terms of the radio gear, we have the original Duratrax radio transmitter. So these were made by Futaba. They were the lowest range out of the Futaba series, but this was common across many RCs, including Offna at the time period, Duratrax, and some various other manufacturers. It's quite common radios. This one has a particularly unique feature, which I think it will make you laugh. Forward and reverse toggle switch. Forward reverse toggle switch, guys. Well, I'm going to turn the radio on, and of course it was all rusty on the inside. Take a look at this picture. The battery tray was rusty, the included batteries were rusty. I've replaced the batteries. Everything should be good in terms of the electronics. The car is on. We do have the original servos in the car, which are the Duratrax heavy duty servos. They're not too bad. Let me show you the steering as it is on 4 regular AA batteries. Trust me guys, this is not bad, because the T-Max at the time period couldn't even steer the wheels unless the truck was physically moving. Now the situation is, let me engage the reverse. Oh wow, nothing happens. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised, because I know my Nitro history. This is the last out of the Duratrax 1/8 scale Nitro trucks. And the reality is, this truck was not equipped with reverse. It looks like they did not update the radio gear, which I really don't care about it. It's fine. I'm quite confident that is the original radio for this truck. So this model is a pretty nice 2-speed with a metal spur gear. Quite a nice factory upgrade that they included a metal spur gear. Savages, unless you get the XL, they don't even come with a metal spur gear. Air filter, I've put in a new foam element. The shocks you see here are original. This truck always came with aluminum shocks that kind of resembled what you would get on a T-Max or a Savage. The shocks are very good. Gotta tell you, I had the RTX 27 when it was brand new, and the suspension is exactly as I remember. Metal hinge pin holder here in the rear end, and we have from the top down what looks like a variation of the Savage twin vertical plate chassis. Now the situation here is, it's actually quite difficult to work on this car. I've already done it many times, my dudes, many times, trust me. But I'll tell you, there is one interesting feature about this. Unlike a Savage and unlike a T-Max, you can use a starter box to fire this up. So actually the flywheel is quite low, and it's almost at the all the way at the bottom end of this plastic skid plate. Once you remove the skid plates, you have access to the motor. It is a little bit difficult to work on, as I said, but this particular truck seems to be in good condition. I don't see any scrapes anywhere, and it is totally complete. We have dual disc brakes. The brakes on this truck, I'll show you guys later, they're not very incredible. They actually kind of suck. It might need a little bit of an adjustment, but considering there really are no Mazda trucks that can use a starter box, this is a major advantage. So this chassis, I don't want to say it was based on the Duratrax Rays, which was a buggy. Those were the earlier generations. But I think Duratrax was really trying to get into the racing scene a long time ago with the Rays buggy. And maybe they carried over a couple of those elements.
You can tell by how low it sits that this truck is built for speed from the get-go. It starts with this big block engine. It not only delivers massive horsepower, it also features 2 easy ways to fire it up. You can use the quick fit super start that's included, or bump start it with most any starter box. And look at all these other performance goodies. The PosiShift transmission is adjustable and has steel gears. The fuel tank is race legal and mounted low, and comes with a fuel line clamp for safety. The shocks are aluminum with lots of mounting options, and the dual composite brakes deliver reliable stopping power. Besides the 3-shoe racing clutch, this truck also comes with an adjustable slipper clutch, as well as a CD drive shaft that reduces friction for more power. Cutting inside the competition is no problem, thanks to a high-speed steering kit that gives you a tighter turning radius. It's powered by a high-torque steering servo with metal gears that's included with the 3-channel radio. Of course, performance can be compromised if your truck isn't durable, but you can rest assured that the RTX 27 is built to take extreme abuse. The bulkheads and bell cranks are strong and sturdy. The gears are all made of metal. Aluminum side plates protect the chassis components, just like this radio box protects onboard gear. And the aluminum roll bar not only adds security, but doubles as a handle for carrying. Get all this at a price that may surprise you. Get the RTX 27 and get into spirited sport racing.
What matters is, how is this motor? Well, I'm going to try to spin the flywheel on the bottom with my hand, and I'll just tell you what I feel the compression is like. After I rehabbed it, this motor is all put together. I did not notice any obvious problems. I am relatively easily able to spin over the flywheel. I'm really not even struggling. Now, normally, a 0.21 size motor, you cannot easily spin the flywheel over like I am with my finger through the bottom of the chassis. So chances are the compression is not very good. Although, I don't know, this motor seems to have very, very low runtime on it. There's no scratches on the top. And when I looked inside, it was fairly clean, other than the fact that it wasn't run for some time period. Well, guys, that's the update on this truck. I think we should get some fuel in it and do a little test fire. Fuel tank is a relatively large capacity, and it does not seem to have any leaks. Since I ran out of Bones Brew, I will be using a different blend of fuel. That is why it is purple. Originally, this truck would have came with the Super Tiger 27 engine, which was a roto start. Now, luckily, we still have the roto start, and I have it right here. We're using an HPI branded one. Let's prime it. All right, I just saw fuel enter the fuel line. We're about to fire it up. Here we go. Idle setting should be normally trimmed. I'll have to tune it on the go. First time, first fire, guys. It's gonna do it. I probably didn't prime it enough. There we go. It's a runner. We got a vintage Nitro truck running, my guys. This is history being made great again. All right, so far, it seems all right. I see an average amount of smoke coming out the pipe. Let me apply the brake, see what happens. Okay, the idle is okay. We could probably even lower the idle trim a little bit on the radio. Gotta love these vintage radios with real adjustable throttle trim directly on the radio, like right here. Oh, reverse, it does nothing. Sickening. Forgot to extend my antenna. This could have been dangerous. You never want to forget to extend your giant antenna lightsaber. Duratrax is running strong, my guys. Motor just shut down. Don't try to fire it up again. Like I said, this motor is a little bit on the low compression side. In fact, let me see what it's like when it's a little bit warmed up. Yeah, I am easily able to spin the flywheel over here with my finger. It is not ideal. Relatively easily able to spin it over. I think the motor probably was just not a very good quality motor to begin with. Let's try to fire it up again. I'll raise the throttle trim a little bit. You could see as I do the metal to metal connection over here with the rotor start unit, the servos are getting twitchy. And that is one of the most dangerous things on a vintage Nitro like this when you're running an AM radio system. So this is just for testing. I can't really do a test drive on this in this condition. You could have a serious runaway on your hands, and I'm not willing to risk a vintage Nitro for that. Alright, it fired up. Not the best though. Alright, shut down again and shut down again. So now it seems like the clutch spring is relatively loose because the idle is it's kind of low, if you ask me. I'm pretty sure this is going to need a look inside the clutch bell. This is going to have to be a whole Nitro surgery. In terms of the motor, it's going to be a questionable adventure, I think, for me. Now, I do have a spare Super Tiger 4.4 27 engine. It was sent to me by Bob's RC quite some time ago. The problem is I've already used some of those parts in another Duratrax RTX 27 I had. So, man, I'm not even going to have parts to put that motor into this anymore because I've already salvaged some of those parts that I needed for another truck. Well, we run into a situation, guys. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This is just a first look at a vintage Nitro that was sent to me by a valuable member of the Nitro gang, Victor Arias. Once again, thank you so much for that. There will be more on this, and maybe we will even work on this during a Nitro gang live. But as you saw, you cannot kill a Nitro unless you stick a really bad cheap engine in it. And that is what happened with this particular truck. Any Dynamite 28 would have been a miracle in this truck, but no, for some reason, somebody wanted to go with a really ugly purple anodized cooling head. That's not even the color of the HPI anodizing. Why would they do that? I have no idea. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. There'll be more. If you like this kind of stuff, what I do, talk about vintage Nitro, because guess what? No one else does this. Please consider becoming a channel member and help me make more Nitros great again, because, well, replacing the engine is going to cost about $125, and that's considering if I don't have a bad clutch. If I have a bad clutch, add another 15, you know. Hopefully a Traxxas part fits, because a Traxxas repairs every vintage Nitro. See you guys on the next one. The Duratrax let me down a little bit, so I decided, let's cheer myself up with a nice Domino's pizza. Oh yeah, Domino's. We got mushrooms and green pepper. I don't remember saying space out all of the toppings about 2 to 3 inches apart. What are you gonna do? You know, franchise fast food restaurants these days are also trying to make a buck. Here we go. Not bad. If you smell what the Nitro gang is cooking.
She say she wanna dance, but she don't know how to.